Hi, I'm Danny Flexon for Seconds Out, here with Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Hi Frank, how are you?
I'm good, what about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. We're here at the Billy Joe Saunders Martin Murray press conference, ahead of their clash on June 23rd. What kind of fight do you expect to pan out in the ring?
I think it's going to be a tough fight. You know, you heard from Martin himself, he's in, mentally he's there and physically he's there, same with Bill, and Martin's not one of those guys who takes a backward step, so I think we're going to get a bit of a fight. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Martin was saying up there that he feels you could have been a bit more supportive of him as regards to your allegiance to Billy Joe, talking about future fights and so on. Did he make you feel bad at all?
No, I don't feel bad at all. I mean, I've been very respectful for him. You know, Bill started out with me. Martin's been on board for only recently, and I've got every respect for him and all that he's achieved and what he's done in the ring. In fact, he probably should have been a world champion if it weren't for a couple of debatable decisions. Having said that, you know, on the night he's got his opportunity, go and take it with both hands, which I'm sure he'll try and do. If he goes and wins it, then great for him.
You had a great show the weekend just gone, Carl Frampton putting in dazzling display, really entertaining undercard as well. Next month, obviously, the Selby Warrington show in a stadium, another big step. Do you feel like you've got a lot of momentum with BT and Box Nation at the moment? Yeah,
I think we have. I mean, it's been a long time coming. We've been building fighters and building fighters. We've got some other good things that we're about to announce. So I'm delighted the way things are going, and I think we'll go from strength to strength.
Something I spoke to your son Francis about earlier is that despite the fact that you had by far the better main event at the weekend, by far the better undercard at the weekend compared to the Sky show featuring Amir Khan, some of the mainstream press perhaps covered the Khan show a bit more than the Frampton show. Was that disappointing?
It is disappointing, but I think certainly it's a case of, you look at TalkSport, you look at the Sun newspaper, you look at Sky and Sky News, they're all owned by one group. And that is where this cross-ownership of media works against boxing. It may not, it may not affect maybe other sports, but boxing affects, because all they're doing is promoting the life out of it. And when you look at the Sun, for example, on Saturday you've got Carl Frampton against Nick at the Nail, which is a fight, and you've got Amir Khan in with a guy who nobody had ever heard of until he got here, and and forget about it, will lasted 40 seconds. It's the type of opponent I'd put him with a guy who's been out the ring for 2 years, so I'm not knocking the opponent. But when you look at it, and in the Sun they're doing a tale of the tape. I mean, come on, real world chaps. It's a joke, and that is the danger of cross ownership, and that's where you've got them pumping it out, and that's some assets to the agenda. Some of the sports editors are in their newsroom, and they're watching this on there, and they think that's what it's all about. I mean, come on. We live in a real world. We all know, anybody in boxing knew where the real fight was, where a proper fight was the weekend.
So is a byproduct of that, and a negative byproduct, that we're miseducating the audience, especially the casual audience, in that they're thinking that Sky is the only show in town?
Absolutely. I mean, that is the case. But having said that, it should have been, they made a decision to run against us, and that was their decision. And it does not benefit boxing at all in any shape or form. But that's what they decided to do. So be it. We're not running away, we're not hiding. I certainly haven't run away from them, in the last 6 years. And I doubt we're going to do it now when we're getting stronger and stronger.
You've got several big name fighters on your books now. You're putting fights on big events in stadiums. You've got pay-per-view out part of your operation launching as well. What are the next steps to take to get you to an even greater level than where you are currently?
Get my guys winning and getting them involved in bigger and bigger fights, and signing up, and bringing through young fighters, which I enjoy doing. I think our strength has always been in us spotting young talent and developing it and bringing it through. And we've got some great young talent, and we've got the platform now that they can go and exploit their talents on and earn big purses and big monies.
Do you think you're in a better position to give those young talent opportunities compared to the guys at Matchroom and Sky, because the stable's a little bit smaller, you've got more time to commit?
Without a doubt, I think we are. I mean, listen, we did it with fighters. Without BT, now we've got BT on board, it's even got bigger and bigger, so there's no problem with that.
And from a personal standpoint, this whole kind of Matchroom rivalry, the BT sport element that's come in, that's boosted you to another level, does that reinvigorate you? Does that keep your hunger going for the sport?
I've always had, listen, if I weren't hungry, I would have walked away ages ago. I've always had a passion for it. I've been around the block quite a few times. I've seen Matchroom in the past, and we see Matchroom off. I've seen everybody come and go. And that's how it is. All I know, we're a constant in boxing, and we keep moving forward and we keep innovating. We're very innovative. We do things that other people don't do, and we do it before they do it. But we don't bang the drum about You know, the boxing's not all about me, it's about the fighters. It's not about the promoter, it's not about the promoter's ego, it's not about any of that, it's about what you're delivering to the fans. We don't take the fans on, we don't support in any shape the secondary ticket market. We're here for the fans. We absolutely abhor what StubHub does with tickets and anybody else who's involved with that. We are about the fans, always have been, and the fans come and support us.
Just one last question before I let you go. There's been some talk of Dana White from the UFC partnering up with the head of IMG to launch a boxing element to their business. Is that something you would welcome if it comes into this country?
I think anything that makes boxing bigger and gives boxers an opportunity, I think it's great for the sport. That's what we're about. We want, boxing's a sport that we all. That's pissed, that camera. That's where we've always been. That's what we're about.
And would you be happy to work with them if terms were amenable to both sides?
We work with anybody. I've worked with everybody over the years. Every single promoter of any substance I've worked with over the years have done and will continue to do, because if it's good for my boxers, then I'll do it.
Brilliant. Frank Warren, thank you very much.
Look after yourself, mate.